Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Paper Girls issue 17. And before I start talking about this issue, of course I have Comic Uno episode, and that show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show. The exclusive comics are in the description below, and the episode will be posted there by Friday. But let's start talking about Paper Girls issue 17. So, with this issue we get to see our girls are in the Y2K, so they're in the year 2000, and also this issue is a bit more about delving into the mystery and the world of Paper Girls. Now, let's start talking about the cover. Pretty cool cover. We get to see the old school Mac desktop when Macs were starting to become popular. This is what they looked like, and them looking at the computer screen. I do like the glow, a nice coloring here, and definitely builds on our concept of what this issue is about. And now going into the interior artwork, there is a lot of exposition in this issue, but I think Cliff Chiang does a really good job at still making it interesting visually. There's some really great facial expressions in this issue, especially one of my favorite pages, which is between Mac and KJ. So KJ reveals something about herself, which we'll get into when I dig into the story, and Mac's a bit shocked. And I just love this page of how we get to see the facial expressions change bit by bit as the information is revealed. So really great page. That is definitely my favorite. Some really solid artwork all the way through. We get to see some interesting designs. Got some robots, like Transformer type robots. We even get to see some of those newer characters in their interesting getup. So some really great artwork. Again, facial expressions really great, but I do like kind of the out there-ness of the artwork too. Now moving on to the story. So with this issue, we get to see, again, things are being explained, and we now know that these newer characters are actually people who don't like time travelers. They think it's wrong when someone time travels and tries to change time, even if they're just doing it to kind of explore the world. So now we know who they are and why this war has been happening. It's because of the idea of time travel and how people are disagreeing on it. And the people that they met in the past actually are people who are adventurers and want to time travel to explore the world. So they're kind of rebels in this way. And of course our girls are just kind of caught in between because they weren't supposed to be in this adventure at all. They're just civilians kind of in the crossfire. So we do get that explanation from the old woman, and the old woman's kind of this wild card character because she's explaining this all, and it was interesting how they used the newspaper, how they used the the comic book strips, and now in the end we see, after she reveals all this information, that she doesn't trust the girls by the end. So she has a gun towards their heads. So we'll see exactly what side she's on and why she wants to kill the girls. And now with Tiffany, we get a little bit more information from her. She's out of the wreckage with the robots where she was left in the last issue, and she meets up with her future partner. And we get to see a little bit of what Tiffany's future is going to look like. Now, I was a little, I did like the ending because we do get to see a character's loved one in the mix. Because when we've seen the future, it's usually just them. It's, you know, the only time we've really seen the future. We've learned facts about our girls through, you know, minor characters, or we met the future Erin, and that was obviously a big arc, but we've never met a new loved one talking about the girls and really learning about that future. So I do like that we do get to see Tiffany's partner, and also, you know, not expecting that he was going to be a goth-looking person. I will say, I didn't know if it was a girl or a guy by the end. At first glance, I thought it was a girl just because of some of the feminine features, but I guess it's a guy in the end, so I guess that's the one nitpick, is that I kind of wish some of the features were a little bit more distinct, but still a really interesting cliffhanger. And I do like this issue a bit more, even though than the last issue, just because we are getting more information about the world. I will say I feel like some of the issue, though, is more spitting out information, so that's why I can't go extremely high with this issue like I did with the last arc, which I love the last arc of the comic, because it was a bit more character-driven, and we still got answers, but this is like, we get so many answers, which is great, because that's what we've been looking for with Paper Girls, but it's just, it's a lot of information at the same time, and like I said, it just kind of feels like it's spit out at you more than I wanted it to be. I think it could have been a bit more organic the way it was released, but there's still a lot of interesting information being put out there. And I do like the small character moments, like the Tiffany ending. Aaron doesn't get as much, he's just more of the person trying to get the information. But then, you know, KJ and Mac have that big scene where Mac is still, I think, you know, insecure about her own sexuality, so she makes a joke about the woman and says, oh, you know, who's that lesbian talking, like, why is she looking like, looking at Aaron that way, and then KJ kind of blurts it out, it's like, yeah, but I think in the future, I'm also going to be a lesbian, so, yeah, and then Mac's like, oh yeah, and then she continues their conversation, and she's like, oh, so I am interested to see where that's gonna go, because we know they're gonna end up in a relationship because of the kiss. So I really like how Brian K. Vaughan has been really slowly developing that, but also just like looking into these girls' identities and exploring that really well. So really enjoyed that scene. I'm looking forward to seeing where KJ and Mac go. Really like the Tiffany scene. Also excited to see where that ends up going. So very happy we got some more character development here, but again, it is a little bit more exposition heavy this issue compared to the past issues. So Paper Girls issue 17 gets a solid 4 stars. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below there are links to my comic book Like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.